Hello.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey everyone, welcome back to the AstoundCast episode. This is 35, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this one's 35 this time.
Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness.
Oh. Give me 1 second to sort the title.
Always the title.
Okay then. Hey everyone, welcome back to the AstoundCast episode 35. And today I may be able to talk about a fair bit more because a lot has happened in the last week since the last episode.
Oh.
Well, for starters, as I mentioned a lot in last week's, NASCAR finally returned with the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum in LA. And apparently, it went incredibly well.
Nice.
There was a few technical issues with the cars, as they are literally brand new and have never been raced before. So there was a few technical difficulties across the race, including a slight malfunction for Chase Elliott, which I believe was very quickly sorted. But overall, it went pretty well. And for the first time in quite a while, I believe, Joey Logano actually won the race. So big congratulations to Joey and Team Penske, as that, of course, is who he drives for in the number 2. No, not number 2. The number 22 Ford Mustang. There we go. The numbers, I'm still getting used to some of the numbers. And it doesn't really help that some of the drivers have changed numbers this year, with Kurt Busch changing to the 45 and Brad Keselowski changing to the number 6. So that's going to get some getting used to again. But
That's a lot
anyway,
of numbers.
big congrats. Oh, yeah. I mean, there is 40 drivers on the NASCAR grid. Yeah, the grid is double the size of F1. It's big. But yeah, so big congratulations to Joey. Can't wait for the Daytona 500 in a couple of weeks' time. And at this point, we pretty much have the confirmation of Jacques Villeneuve and the return of ex-NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, who hasn't raced for a couple of years now. I'm not exactly sure, but I know he was around when I was a child, so that kind of tells you how long he has been around for. But he's finally he is coming back for just the Daytona 500, I believe. I could be wrong, but up to now, he is only coming back for the Daytona 500, which a lot of drivers do tend to do.
Oh.
So yeah, that is kind of the NASCAR roundup we have this week. Now, moving on to Formula One, because this week we have had an additional 3 car liveries revealed to us, which have been in chronological order: the Aston Martin AMR 22, the Red Bull RB18, and lastly, the McLaren MCL 36.
Nice.
And I have to say, if I was to rank these 3 cars in order from my most favourites to least favourites, it would be as such. My top ultimate favourite car from this week is, without a shadow of a doubt, the McLaren MCL 36. That car is just on a total different level. It is an absolute beauty of a car. Like, it is honestly one of the most gorgeous F1 cars I've ever seen. Not quite outdoing the Vodafone McLaren from the late 2000s, early 2010s, but pretty close. Because I think these new cars, they have 2 very different styles to them, but I'll get onto that in a moment. My second midfield favourite car is the Aston Martin AMR 22. It's simple and it works. It is just plain green with a little bit of lime green thrown in where the pink used to be from last year, but honestly, it's just so simple that it works perfectly. Now, for the Red Bull RB18, and Why am I not surprised? They've just copy and pasted the livery from the past 17 years. Again. Yeah. I'll give them one thing. They're good for brand consistency, but oh my god, guys, would it kill you to do a different livery for just 1 year? Just change a few things around. Like, just change it up a little bit, please. But, oh yeah. But yeah, as I was mentioning a moment ago, there are two very different styles of car that seems to be coming around this year. I've noticed that the AMR 22 has a very, very simple design. Very simple. It's just plain green all the way through with little lines of lime green thrown in around the edges. Like, they're kind of acting like pinstripes, and it works really well. However, the McLaren is very artistic. You've got the duck egg blue from last year's Gulf livery shown at Monaco, and you've got a mixture of the papaya we've gotten used to over the last few years, as well as mixing in some incredibly dark grey, almost black kind of, but not quite. But you've got all of three of those colours mashed in with a ton of flowing lines and very clear boundaries between the three of them, but the car seems to just flow together incredibly well. And honestly, at the moment, it is currently my favourite 2022 livery, and the other teams are going to have to pull off some crazy stuff to beat that thing.
To be fair, it sounds artistic as anything, so that's very good for like popularity this time.
Yeah,
it's just whether it will be any speedier.
Yeah, but it has very much divided opinion. A lot of people, such as me, absolutely love it. But there's also a lot of people who really don't care for it, and that's fair enough. But honestly, for me, it's by far the most beautiful car we've seen so far. And in fact, what I'm going to do when I repost this on YouTube, I'm going to put the team's social medias in the description of this video, so you can all go check out the cars, because they've been plastering them all over their Instagram pages.
Just make sure that you remember to do that.
Oh, I will. And there has been a couple of race suit colour changes as well this season, namely with Aston Martin and McLaren, because, again, Red Bull, well, brand consistency, I'll give them that.
Nice.
But from the Aston Martin camp, we have, of course, with the departure of BWT, have got rid of the pink shoulder pads on the race suits, and they are now just green along with the rest of it, which honestly looks a lot cleaner than last year's.
Oh.
Like, the pink shoulders really stood out like sore thumbs to me. And now that it's all green, they just look a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. And something else I've got to mention about the car was that the Aston Martin green is a lot more vibrant this year. Like, last year, it was a lot more metallic and very dark. And it was, I'm not going to lie, a few times throughout the season, I couldn't quite tell the Mercedes from the Aston Martin because they looked that similar. However, this season, with the rumour of Mercedes going back to silver and Aston picking up this brighter green, it'll be very easy to discern the two of them now. So thank God for that.
Well, that's always good, at least.
Yeah, and from the McLaren camp, we have another race suit change. Now, this one has been completely changed from the last few years because we have done away with the blue suits. They're gone. It is now a grey race suit with some, admittedly, blue pinstripes up the side of the legs and orange shoulders and a bit going down the arms. I think the closest comparison I can make is to a Starfleet uniform.
Oh, nice.
It looks really Star Trek in a way, and honestly, it just looks really good. like McLaren this year, whoever designed this year's car and race suits absolutely needs a raise and quick.
Well, let's hope.
Like, honestly, whoever's done this, they've outdone themselves and definitely need a pay rise. Honestly, Zach Brown, if you're watching this, I'd get that sorted. But of course, with the McLaren launch, they also launched 3 other cars that they're running this year, namely their brand new Extreme E car, which is an electronic desert rally series, who also has teams owned by Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg.
Oh,
in case you didn't know that. Yeah, like they actually have their own teams.
Nice.
And McLaren is the first F1 team to actually enter. Because it seems that McLaren are trying to get everywhere these days, including Indy Car. At which point, they also launched their new Indy Cars for this season. Now, what I found very interesting about this was they had 2 different liveries for both of their drivers, namely, oh God, I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten his first name, Rosenquist and Pato Award, because it would seem that Pato Award has a very similar livery to last year's F1 McLaren with the blue sides. It's basically the exact same livery. However, Rosenquist has the black sides with the Arrow electronics sponsor instead of Views. So I just thought that was a bit nice, having the 2 differentiated by 2 different liveries.
Absolutely, that's quite cool, though.
Yeah, and oh man, they also launched their F1 Esports Car with a different livery to the actual F1 car, and oh my God, it is amazing. Because it is black and orange with the same wheel covers as the actual F1 car, but there's a difference. The blue stripes on the wheel cover and the orange on the car itself are glow in the dark.
Ah.
So in the night races in the F1 Esports game, I assume they're using F1 2021, those cars, when the night races come, will be glowing in the dark. Wow.
I see. That is quite cool.
Yeah, honestly, the F1 car launches this week have just been amazing. But of course, we still have a few to come this coming week, with AlphaTauri launching on Monday or today, depending on which platform you're watching this video on /stream. So it comes out on Monday, which is either right now or tomorrow. You've got Williams on Tuesday, Ferrari on Thursday, which I'm very excited for, because the return of Santander to Ferrari is just amazing to me, because, good God, that brings back some early V6 era nostalgia. And of course, we have the big boys on Friday, Mercedes AMG. And then the week after, we have Alpine on the 21st and Alfa Romeo finishing it off on the 27th of February. So, very excited for the next 2 weeks in the F1 world. Very exciting stuff. Ugh. But, so is there anything else you want to anything? 1 moment, please, folks. My brain has stopped functioning.
Technical difficulties for Cameron 3?
Yep. And back. So, anything you want to comment on in regards to that?
Everything actually sounds really cool, so...
Yeah, and what I might do as well is send you the pictures of the 3 cars launched this week, so you can get a true idea of what they look like.
Please do. I kind of want to see them now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like, I could send you them right now.
You could.
And I shall. 1 moment, please, folks. We're just going to do a quick Instagram dive.
So basically, this is now just a segment where he's just scrolling through social media. Although I can't say
Yep.
much better, I'm currently playing a game while we're talking, so...
Okay, that is the Aston Martin. I'm just going to screenshot that. I'll do all three at the same time. So, McLaren. Good God, that thing is amazing. And Red Bull. And... Oh, wow. And to just show themselves up, they've even put a picture up comparing the new Red Bull to all the previous ones.
Oh, right.
Great job, Red Bull. You've now just shown how, basically how consistent your branding is. So, actually, well played. Boom, boom, boom. Done.
Nice. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, that looks so cool.
Which one?
The Aston Martin one is like the coolest one out of the ones you've sent me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it?
They have... Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me. I was in uni at the moment. Well, because I have to go to a different campus now. I went to a building that I never usually go in before for like one of my lectures, and they had a racing car in like the building.
Oh
like
wow!
An
No
old
way.
Racing, yeah, like an old racing car from like Brighton. There was a plaque and stuff by it. I'd have to take a picture of it the next time I have a lesson in there.
Yeah, please do. Like, whoa.
Yeah, no, that because I just saw that and I instantly thought Cameron.
Yep. Wise
Pretty
call.
much.
Yeah, if you get the chance, absolutely. Like, I'd laugh if it was an old F1 car. That would probably give me a heart attack.
It was a racing car for definite. Whether it was an old F1 one,
yeah,
I don't know what one.
Okay. Well, the main thing to figure that out were the wheels covered over.
I don't know. I wasn't able to get a better look because I was heading from one lesson to another.
Okay. Well, we shall find out eventually.
Yeah, and while the room I was in was like a fishbowl, I couldn't see it.
Wow. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, there's just windows for the majority of the room.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Damn. Must have been very warm in there.
It wasn't that bad, actually.
No? Oh, that's lucky. Right, in that case, I think that is it for the motorsports section. Nothing in Indy Cars happened this week. I've admittedly not watched Formula E this weekend. I forgot about it. Plus, I've had some back pain over the last week, which is starting to fade, but not all that much. But rest assured, it shall be sorted soon.
Soon.
Yeah. Soon. We'll see. Anyway, that is it for the motorsports section. Now, moving on to Disney Plus and the finale of Season 1. Yes, there is going to be a Season 2, apparently, of the Book of Boba Fett. And oh my God. This episode was insane. And this is going to take me a while to get through, and I may end up forgetting some stuff. But we'll see. Because so much happened in this episode, it was very hard to keep track of it all. Anyway, we start off the episode right where we left off last week, with the cantina that we've seen throughout the series get blown to Kingdom Come by the Pikes. and we see Boba, Fennec Shand, the Mandalorian, the Majordomo, the advisor to the mayor of Mos Espa, and the mods all standing in the wreckage of the cantina because they can't quite believe what they just saw. At which point, Boba and Fennec give like a little geographical, territorial map of Mos Espa and where everyone's stationed, because there is a little bit of a plan going on, because initially Boba has the idea to head back to the palace to like get a better vantage point of Mos Espa and where the pikes are coming from. But then one of the mods says, why do that when you can fight them right here? Because if he goes back to the palace, it will take him a while to get back to Mos Espa if the pikes attack. Whereas if he stays in Mos Espa, he can be right there.
Well.
And eventually, he does agree. So he stays in the city, mainly hiding out in the wreckage of the cantina. And then we get a brief little cutaway from that because we see who's stationed where. For example, Black Chrysanthemum is stationed in the Trandoshan sector of the city, which is a very interesting placement given his very obvious distaste towards Transoceans. So, not quite sure what Boba was thinking there, but hey-ho. Who else was there? The mods were stationed in another sector. I can't remember what the species... For these other two species, I can't remember the names. So, I'm going to call them the spider people. And the mods were placed in their territory, which is where the starport is. So, that's where all the Pike's ships are coming in. So, that's a very good place for them to be. And the Gamorrean guards were placed in the third sector of the city. But after all that, we get a little scene of Pali Moto's starport from The Mandalorian. So she's back, and we see an X-Wing come in. At which point, I was thinking, oh my god, it's Luke. I was somehow right. And then I wasn't. The X-Wing landed, and then the cockpit opened up, and then all of a sudden, Grogu just pops out. Accompanied, of course, by R2-D2, because he was flying the ship, but Grogu was just sitting in the cockpit, not a care in the world. Then all of a sudden, he just pops his head up, and I was like, oh, okay. Little bit of reckless abandon by Luke there, but all right.
I see.
Yeah, so Grogu's back on Tatooine, and then that's basically the last we see of Peli and Grogu for quite a while in this episode. But once we cut away from that little couple of minutes of scene, which was amazing to see, we then go back to the cantina, and we see a familiar face walk in. It's Cad Bane. At which point I thought something was going to go down very quickly. But somehow, no. Because Fennec said to Boba, yeah, you're very emotional right now. Don't do anything risky. If you die fighting this dude, Mos Espa is screwed.
See.
And after a minute or two of hearing stuff like that from Fennec, it did calm him down. And basically he told Cad Bane to clear off. And he did, in fairness to him. But then a few minutes later, some representatives from the Syndicate did come to the cantina, at which point Boba was ready to go again and say to get lost. And then Majordomo had the idea of, why not send me out as a negotiator? Because I was brought up on Coruscant and have a lot of diplomatic training, so let me try. And then eventually Mando convinces Boba to let him try. And then Boba gives Majordomo a list of his demands and sends him out. And then Boba completely screws him over and says, for your leaving, I want nothing. Literally, if you want to leave, if you want to take the city, you're going to have to take me down with it. So that was fun. And then Majordomo kind of ran back into the cantina at full speed because he was terrified he was going to get shot. And in fairness, probably was. But then, unfortunately, we go back to the territories of Mos Espa and see that the 3 families that owned the 3 sectors did not keep up their promise and turn on Boba Fett's tribe. First of all, the mods get attacked, then the Gamorrean guards get pushed off a cliff, so presumably they are super dead. And then Chrysanthemum gets attacked by Trandoshans, and at one point it very much looked like they were trying to eat him.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to eat him alive, which was very grim.
Damn.
So that was interesting to watch. And then we see that Boba, Fennec, Mando, and Majordomo, but much to a lesser extent for him, all get attacked by a bunch of Pike Syndicate soldiers. But thankfully, the troops... Oh, what were you going to say, sorry?
No, that seems quite interesting.
Yeah, and then after a few moments, all the troops under Boba's command, I guess, come to their senses and retreat back to the cantina, with the mods arriving first thanks to their speeder bikes, and, eventually Chrysanthemum hobbling back because, of course, after his tussle with the Transoceans, he is very injured. And we also got a really cool scene of Boba and Mando flying around on their jetpacks, shooting Pike Syndicate members, which I thought was awesome to see. Like, you don't see 2 Mandalorians using their jetpacks at the same time to fight together. That just does not happen, and see that with probably 2 of the most notable Mandalorians we've ever seen doing that is just amazing. And then, of course, throughout the episode, we do get a few brief moments of Din using the Darksaber, because, of course, he still has that thing, and he's getting a little better with it. Not by much, I'll grant you, but he has improved a little bit. And then, despite his apparent death at the end of last episode, we do see the citizens of Mos Pelgo, aka Freetown, come to Boba's aid, fighting in the name of Cobb Vanth, who is apparently dead. But again, the end of the episode, we do learn difference, kind of. So we see a massive battle start to ensue between all the forces that are with Boba Fett and the Pike Syndicate, as well as the eventual return of Cad Bane, but not before the Boba Fett tribe have a massive problem. Which are two or three. No, it was 2 massive droids with humongous guns on their arms and ray shields. They were very hard to defeat. And it took the Boba Fett tribe quite a while to get through them. Like, they were not an easy pair of enemies to fight, and it took them like 20 minutes to dispatch both of them. And they only managed to get through them with some very interesting tactics towards the end. Namely, Boba Fett retreating for a few minutes to leave the others to try and weaken it a little bit, while he goes and grabs his Rancor.
Oh.
Yeah, he brings the Rancor into the fight, and fairly easily, the Rancor does wipe out both of these droids by basically just punching through their shields and ripping them apart piece by piece.
You know, the humane way of doing it.
Yeah, and then, well, while that's going on, we do see Pali Moto reunites with Mando at a very bad time because, you know, super giant killer droids. Then she says, "Hey, Mando, look what I got here. It's Grogu." Then he says, "Yeah, cool, not a good sign." And then they're just riding around on I can't think what it's called, but riding around on a bike for like 5 minutes until the droid pulling it ends up getting damaged and they fly out of it at full speed because they basically got flung out. Thankfully, Mando was able to activate his jetpack to catch Grogu. But unfortunately, once the two Mega Droids were defeated, I think they were called Scorpion class droids. I'm not sure. I think they're from the old Star Wars continuity, but have been, brought back. Surprise, surprise. We get, yet again, the return of Cad Bane to have a complete face-off, man-to-man, with Boba Fett. And in the end, Boba Fett kills Cad Bane. Kills him off with little to no issue, really. Cad did have him on the ropes for a minute or two, but not for long, because eventually he used his Tusken Raider gaffy stick to kind of stab him and finish him off. And unfortunately, that's not where the problems ended, because once Boba got off the Rancor kind of went a bit nuts.
Damn.
And started destroying stuff left, right, and center. And then eventually, Mando came to his senses and told everyone to not harm it, because it'll only just make it angrier. And eventually, everyone stopped blasting at him. And then, all it took was for a very, very small Grogu to use the Force on the Rancor to calm him down.
Wow. Okay.
So that threat was neutralized fairly easily, really. And thank God, because that could have ended really badly if the Rancor was able to rampage any further. But yeah, it just took Grogu to use the Force to kind of calm him down and put him to sleep, basically. And it worked. Then the battle is officially over, but not really, because the Pike Syndicate and the mayor of Mos Espa are still around. In Mos Eisley, yeah. They've ran off to a different city, the absolute wimps. Unfortunately for them, Fennec Shand knows where they are. And being a master assassin doesn't exactly take her long to finish them off. She literally dispatches them one by one, and no one has a clue who's killing them until we see her right at the end. Because initially, I thought it was Boba. Not gonna lie. But then we saw Fennec, and I thought, that makes more sense. Boba is very flashy and in your face. Fennec is very sneaky, so I'm not really surprised that it was Fennec that killed them all. But with that, the battle officially ended, and yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing earlier on. I knew this would happen. It turns out it wasn't the speed bikers that killed Boba Fett's Tusken Raider tribe.
Oh.
It was actually Cad Bane. Yeah. I will admit I did have my suspicions about that for a while. I thought I'm not so sure it's going to be as easy as it was the people who were front and who were like the people who were framed for this. It wasn't basically it just wasn't going to be them, plain and simple. I knew it was going to be something different. But Cad Bane was not what I was expecting, really. I'll be honest. But yeah, the episode ends with a couple of mini scenes to wrap up the story of the first season. We see Boba has now gained the respect of Mos Espa, with people kind of giving him gifts and saluting him every now and again. And then we see Mando go off with Grogu in his new starfighter, assumably into the events of Mandalorian Season 3. But then we get one last scene in a post-credit scene. Yeah, Star Wars have marveled us again. And we see Boba's back to tank chamber, but it isn't Boba in it. It's
Oh,
Cobb
that
Vanth.
is that's an
Cobb
interesting one.
survived. And I'm not surprised because I knew they wouldn't just kill Cobb Vanth off with one shot to the shoulder from Cad Bane. There was no way it was going to be that easy. And it wasn't. He is alive. When we'll see him again, I'm not so sure. Probably in Mando Season 3, but yeah, that is it for my overview of the final episode of Season 1 of the Book of Boba Fett. And what a season it's been.
Wow.
And that is the last time I'll be doing that on one of these streams, which feels extremely weird. Wow, that was fast.
Kind of fast, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, I've just remembered something that I haven't even mentioned to you yet.
Oh.
I don't know how I forgot about this, but once Moon Knight starts, I'm actually going to be changing up my thumbnails because a few weeks ago, I did find a thumbnail maker app.
Oh, right. That is cool.
Yeah, so when Moon Knight begins, I'll be using this thumbnail maker to make my thumbnails look a lot better than they are now. So when my first video for the predictions for episode 1 of Moon Knight come out, you'll see some new thumbnails start to come out from then on.
Yay, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, because I've been playing with it for the last couple of weeks with a few things on it. So
yeah.
I'll admit, yeah, there are a lot of templates as well. So I'm going to kind of use some of the templates, but change them a little bit. But you will see some new thumbnails from here on out.
Nice.
So I'll be honest, they need a bit of a refresh. But now I have the chance. So when Moon Knight drops on... Oh, when is it that it drops? Oh, man, give me a moment.
Good question, a good question.
Yeah. The 30th of March. Oh, yeah, I forgot we basically have a month off now. Oh, God. But, yeah. Once that date rolls around, the new thumbnails will be coming out. And
Yay.
I can't wait to start doing this, because, as I've said, thumbnails need a bit of a refresh, a bit of an upgrade. And I think, pardon me, and I think this thumbnail maker app will allow me to do that, because I've had a look, and it does look really good. So yeah, I just wanted to make that little announcement a couple of weeks in advance, just to make sure you guys aren't all confused as hell when you see them pop up. Ugh.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, is there anything else you want to talk about today?
I mean, there's nothing off the top of my head. The most that I could possibly talk about is to do with Magic the Gathering. Because it's the only news
Okay.
I've got.
Go for it.
Okay, so this week it was the pre-release for the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty pack. So I didn't realize this until Wednesday that that's when it was supposed to be coming out. So what ended up happening is I managed to get myself down to do a pre-release. Got my cards, played my game. The extra stuff that they gave, as in for competing this time, I don't know if it's for all shops, but it was definitely mine. It was like 2 set boosters and a giant version of one of the mythical cards.
Oh yeah, I did see that on your Snapchat story, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just walking through the town I'm living in with just like a giant playing card. Giant mythical playing card for that matter. I've now just got it in my room. I technically have no room for this, but I've just got it up.
Oh, well. Yeah, I did see that. So I was wondering what that was about. I just thought, okay, ginormous Magic the Gathering card. Surely there's a story behind that one. And now we
Seems
know.
about right for me.
Yeah, I'll admit, I should have been surprised. I was just like, okay, if that was anybody else, I'd be confused. But no.
It's normal at this point. I'll find anything random.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Um. So that explains that now. Because I'll admit, I wasn't confused, but I was curious because I was thinking, okay, this doesn't surprise me, but I'm curious as to the how. Because that isn't the sort of thing you come across casually, just random.
Yeah, no, this wasn't casual. This was basically I went out at like 7 o'clock. No, like 6:30
Oh wow.
even. Went
Whoa.
to go do a card game thing and came home at like 11.
Yeah. Wow.
So fun times. I lost almost all my matches, mind you, but the people I was playing against were very nice.
Oh well. Can't win them all.
No, but it was fun. I got to learn more.
Yeah, that's true. Because you'll be doing Magic for really just under a year now.
8 months. If I'm actually wait. No, it's not 8 months. Like 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 months. Wait, no.
No.
Wait. I don't even remember now.
Hold on. We can do this.
I started in May.
You started. Okay, May.
I started at the end of May, start of June.
8 months.
8 months. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah. Aha. So not bad, really. Like, it does take a lot of people, from what I've heard, many years to really, really get good at it. So, yeah, it is going to take a while. Like me, I've only ever touched it like once or twice.
Yeah.
Mainly because I knew it was way too expensive for my blood. It was.
Yeah. They tell you, it's like, get this. This is the easiest thing to get into. Gives you a deck that doesn't really feel that easy at all.
Yeah.
I have my own alternative of what is considered easy, and I still use that now.
Wow. But yeah, it is very complicated to get to, and again, pretty expensive if you want to really get into it. But honestly, I have tried a couple of times, and it's mainly just broken my brain. I just can't get my head around it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. So, anyway, I forgot to ask this as well. Wow, you're really slipping here, Cameron. How's your week been overall?
Oh, not too bad. It's been busy since I've gone back to uni properly now because we had like 2 weeks off. Now I'm back in.
Yeah.
So it's full steam ahead. And oh yeah, a mini project soon. I might ask you to change that link in your description of my blog because I haven't been posting on that. And for my university work, on the other hand, I have to make a news website.
Okie dokie. Yeah, if you send me the link, I
have to make it first.
If you send me the link, I'll change it. Yeah, but once you're done, if you send me the link, I'll swap it out in the description.
Yeah. I will do that.
Fantastic. So yeah, that's pretty good week to be fair.
Yeah.
Ugh. So right. You'll probably have to remind me about that, to be fair.
Oh yeah, I'll do that anyway.
Yeah, good. Ugh. Oh god, I just nearly dropped my iPad.
Please don't drop your iPad.
No, because that's what I'm doing this on, so that would be really bad.
Yeah, no, please don't drop it.
No, bad idea.
Bad idea, Cameron.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, my week as well been a bit chaotic.
How much chaotic?
Well, I realised that this coming Tuesday is my last Tuesday in college before February half term, so
Oh wow.
That was a heart attack incoming. It was very, oh my god, oh wow, so that's fun. I've had this back pain I've alluded to earlier on in the stream since Monday night. It's been a bit of an ebb and flow all week. It started petering off around Thursday, but it's now started to come back a bit more, so it's been a bit of a tricky one to track. Yeah, and there was something else as well. Oh god, give me a moment, please.
I mean, your memory.
Back pain.
Your memory's bad.
Oh yeah, it's atrocious. Back pain last week in college coming up, terrifying. No, I actually think that's it.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, nope. Aha. There it is. Went back to work for the first time since Christmas. On Wednesday. Right. There it is.
That's cool.
Because when the Omicron variant started to kind of kick up a fuss, my boss said for me to work from home while it's doing its stuff and come back when it's dying off a bit, which it now is. So I returned to the office on Wednesday. I'm going back again this Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the week I've been dealing with.
Okay, well, not the worst week you could have.
No, some good, some bad, some oh god.
Some ugly.
Yeah, some good, some bad, and definitely some ugly. The only trouble is, I don't know which would fit into the ugly section. No, here it is. Good, going back to the office. 2, well, the bad, getting back. No, 1, going back into the office. The bad, realising that it's my last week in college before half term. And the ugly, definitely the back pain, because it's been quite bad a couple of times. Yeah, it's not been a fun week. Anyway, is there anything else you want to talk about for this stream?
Not particularly. There's nothing else I can think of.
Nope, that will make the 2 of us. So, do you want to wrap this up then?
Huh? Do you want... Sorry, I was doing a song cut. Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Okay then. That's going to do it for this episode of the AstoundCast, guys. Episode number 35, which is honestly insane to me. My brain's going to break when we get to episode 50, so get ready for that one. Don't forget to follow me on Stereo if you're watching it on here, or if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That will be just below the video title, of course, as always. Want you to know that too. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias. They'll be in the link tree in the description of the video. Don't forget as well to subscribe to Roxanne on her channel at Mianette, and on here on Stereo at Roxaruni. And that's going to be it. And don't forget to follow Frost on his Instagram. And that'll be it, unless...
No facts this time.
Oh well. So yeah, that'll do it for this one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video, and next week on another stream. Goodbye.
Bye.